It is becoming an epidemic in children and adolescents. It is preventable and controllable, but if not controlled, it can cause many major health problems. What am I talking about? Type 2 diabetes. This became a very important issue to my heart because my mother and my mother-in-law were both diagnosed with this disease recently, and I wanted to find ways to prevent my husband, myself, and my child from developing the disease. And through my research, I found that this was becoming a huge problem in children and adolescents. So how big is the problem? Well, diabetes used to be rare in children, and if it was seen, it was type 1 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes was always known as adult onset diabetes because majority of the cases were in adults. According to the Center of Disease and Control and Prevention, type 2 diabetes is a large and growing problem among children and adolescents. Healthcare providers are seeing more and more cases every day. Between 2002 and 2005, there was 3,600 new cases of diabetes diagnosed in children and adolescents. If you look at this graph right here, this is between 2002 and 2005. This is children less than 10 and children from 10 to 19. The dark blue is type 1 diabetes and the light blue is type 2. So you can see the increase in the type 2 diabetes and how much of an increase it was. So let's talk about risk factors. According to the American Diabetes Association, the two major risk factors in the children and adolescents is obesity and an inactive lifestyle. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services states that obesity has become a major public health issue. And this is due to our diets. They went from homegrown fresh foods to fast food, which is basically unhealthy. But because of the busy, chaotic world we live in now, it's just convenience is easier. 85% of children who are diagnosed with type 2 diabetes are either overweight or obese. The increase in technology has made children where they spend a lot less time outside. So the latest TV show, video game, and computer is way more appealing to kids than going outside to play. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services did a study and stated that 1/3 of children and adolescents do not get the recommended amount of physical activity every day, and 10% are completely inactive. So why should this concern us? Well, with diabetes, you develop a lot of symptoms. But these are the three major symptoms that affect children and adolescents: feeling tired, having blurry vision, and feeling sick a lot. This would affect anybody's daily life, but with children it affects their performance in school. And if children have developed type 2 diabetes at an earlier age, then they also develop the long-term effects at an earlier age. And the long-term effects are kidney damage, blindness, high blood pressure, heart attack, and stroke. Research also showed that if a child develops type 2 diabetes at the age of 10, then they will lose 19 years of their life. So you have a shorter life expectancy. As you can see, the increase in type 2 diabetes has become a major problem. Knowing the impact that obesity and an inactive lifestyle can play in this increase, hopefully can encourage a change between children and their parents' lifestyle. Even a slight change can make a huge difference.